I'm at 2483 Emerald Way, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, bellies, any kind of root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the potential buyers. And this is on a septic tank, and we'll be going through the clean out on the left rear of the house behind the garage door. And I don't see exactly where the tank is here. I see a paver that's probably marking the top of the tank, but we're also going to go both directions here. I'm going to try to I'm trying to clean off the lens a little bit here. So we're going to try to go both directions. The stuff on the inside is hanging. It is up in the ceiling, but there's not much visual access because it is a finished basement. So we're going to see if we can go in first and just inspect the line that is above ground in the basement, and it should go all the way across, just to kind of get a look at it. We usually don't have to do anything in that direction, but let's see if we can get in it here. Well, I guess we're going to go downstream first. For some reason it's not wanting to go upstream. I don't know if it's a reducing coupling or if it's just kind of offset there. So we're going to go we'll go out to the tank first. So this should be PVC all the way out. So, hoping that water will clear off that little smudge there. Doesn't seem to. And we are already at the tank here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. We're going to locate, make sure that this little paver here is covering the top of the tank, because they didn't really have one in the neighboring yard. But we're going to check this out. I'm going to locate the line, and then we'll come back and see if we can get it to go upstream. Okay, so we've located the opening to the tank, and the block is the clean out for the tank, and then there is what I believe to be a valve on the back half of the line. They are running some water inside, you can tell. That's why that filled up. But the line from the house to the tank looks great, but it looks like a valve on the back half is what I was getting at, to where you may have to switch that. Sometimes they'll have valves where you can switch certain areas. They'll have two sets of leach lines intertwined, and you do basically a right and a left, and it soaks into the ground in different areas. You may have to do it every 6 months or a year, whatever they mandate or at least recommend. So I'm not really sure why this does not want to make that turn, so I'm going to go ahead and got it. Okay, we got it to turn. So we're going to see if we got all this water running in. And it looks like it comes out of the ceiling and drops down. So we're going to see how far we can get this to run upstream. At least take a look at all this. Again, we do have a lot of water pushing up against us. So what I'll do is, once I'm finished here and I get as far as I can, I will see if I can get them to turn the water off in there. And that way we'll be able to see a little bit better on the way back. Should be able to go all the way across the house. All the bathrooms are on the right side of the house and this clean out is on the left. Okay, and there we are. We're 65 feet in. And this would be probably the rearmost, or the furthest toilet away, which is probably the toilet in the rear right corner, which is the master bedroom or master bath. And so I'm going to pause the video again. We're going to go get the see if we can have all the water shut off, and then we'll pull back and try to inspect the line. It looked good, obviously, but with all the water running, you can't see as clearly. But it's I didn't see any kind of major structural issues. But we'll check that better on the way back. Okay, so water should be turned off now, and we're going to go ahead and pull back slowly. We'll take a look at this line. Having bees the size of small birds fly by my head. Not that I thought that would be entertaining for whoever may be watching this. So you should see some connections here and there. I think that was the toilet, and that's why there was no marks past that. That would have been the very back of this would be a vent stack that runs all the way up through the roof. And then you'll have connections just like that spot there, just in front of the camera. The stuff on the walls of the pipe is normal. It's just basically mold from there being so much moisture in there. This is what you want to see. Once they stopped running water, it drained out pretty good, which just means that you've got nice pitch on the pipe coming through the ceiling. Here we are at the very end. You can see as it drops down, I'm actually going up because I'm going in reverse, but as it splashes, you can see all the splashes where it comes over the edge and drops. Now, coming out of the clean out now. There we are. Okay, so you can see there is the front of the front of the house, and here is the around all the hoses here. There is the clean out right behind the AC. So everything looked great. Didn't find any issues at all. The line's open. All the connections were nice and tight. Didn't see any structural issues. Obviously no root intrusion or anything, even in the entrance to the tank, which is good. That's usually the places that go bad on these are right as the tank, or right as the line enters the tank. Sometimes things will settle and shift, and it'll snap or drop right there, and all that looked really good. So I am going to suggest that you talk to the county and or the seller, and make sure you just have documentation about how the system works a little better, and that way you know how to, if there's any special type of maintenance, including that valve switch for the leach lines, or you know, any other maintenance tips that they may have to make things last longer. But again, everything looked great on the line, so that'll end the inspection at 2483 Emerald Way. This is Waynesville, Ohio.